Brothers, we continue to embark on our journey of guiding the ignorant from the darkness of atheism, polytheism, agnosticism, to the illuminating light of the Creator. We have traversed through the initial steps, acquainting ourselves with the persona of the messenger himself, the characteristics of those who embrace the message and respond to it. We have embraced the profound message of acknowledging the omnipotent monotheistic creator and sustainer of this vast universe and the relationship with him. We have talked last time about the practical aspect of ibadah, nusuk. Now we go to step 6. This is very, very important step. It's the connection between this dunya and the akhirah. So we're going to be talking about the akhirah, the afterlife, the hereafter. People were ignorant about that part of life. They thought the worldly life is everything, right? If you gain money, you're rich. That's it, you're rich. If you are powerful, you're powerful. But then came the Islamic concept. Hold on, there is an akhirah. If you are rich in this dunya, it doesn't mean you are going to be rich in the real life. If you are powerful now, it doesn't mean you are powerful at the real life. So it opened the eyes. It told them, and it tells us, because we're living in such a darkness too, even though we claim to believe in the akhirah. اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. So it's about the hereafter, the life after death. Today we're going to recognize the problem. Inshallah, next khutbah, next Friday, we'll talk about the solution. So today it's going to be mainly is, do we have this problem? Where do we lie in these different spectrums when we talk about this topic? Know, in Surah Al-Hadid, know that the life of this world is only play and amusement, pomp and mutual boasting among you, and rivalry in respect of wealth as children, as the likeness of vegetation after rain. Thereof the growth is pleasing to the tiller. Afterwards it dries up, and you see it turning yellow, and then it becomes a straw. It becomes a straw. But in the hereafter, there is severe torment for the disbelievers, evildoers, and there is forgiveness from Allah and His good pleasure for the believers and good doers. So it's opening our eyes. This life is not everything. Actually, this life is the testing ground for the real life. It's a message for us who work 7 to 7. We're working all the time. We're always checking our bank accounts. We're always prioritizing attending a Chiefs game over Isha prayer. We're always prioritizing sleeping over attending Fajr in Masjid. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. Whereas the life of this world is only deceiving enjoyment. It shook the people of that time. It opened their eyes to the truth. لقد كنت في غفلة من هذا فكشفنا عنك غطاءك فبصرك اليوم حديد. In Surah Qaf it will be said, you were certainly in unmindfulness of this. We have removed from you your cover, so your sight this day is sharp. The goal today of this khutbah and the next is to establish the real connection with the hereafter. All the people here subscribe to the notion that we believe it, right? It's in our culture. It's a pillar of Iman. We all believe on the day of judgment, right? But is it reflecting in our actions? Is it manifesting in our daily choices and behavior and decisions? It informed us that the only real and complete existence is when you add the afterlife. This earthly life, what do we call it? We call it dunya. Dunya in Arabic means inferior. It's the inferior life, dani'a dunya. It's considered inferior, serving solely as a testing ground. This is a profound concept that's going to change profoundly their core beliefs at that time. It's going to reshape every essence. It's just changed everything. Okay, so now I'm working for a totally different purpose. I was purposeless at that time. There will be trials for everyone. There is no exceptions. We're going to talk about some people who thought they're way above other people, right? There's no exception. No one can evade these tests. There's no preferential treatment for anybody. Every individual will be held accountable at one day and is obligated to engage in righteous deed. Everybody has to come to the Maidan al-Amal. Everybody. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَى. So whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. What is the attitude, different spectrum of attitudes towards this Yawm al-Qiyamah, towards the Sa'ah? We're going to talk about the names of the day after, but today we're just trying to diagnose where are we? A lot of people deny it, right? وَقَالُوا مَا هِيَ إِلَّا حَيَاتُنَا الدُّنْيَا نَمُوتُ وَنَحْيَا وَمَا يُهْلِكُنَا إِلَّا الدَّهْرُ وَمَا لَهُمْ بِذَلِكَ مِنْ عِلْمٍ إِنْ هُمْ إِلَّا يَظُنُّونَ. And they say, there is not but our worldly life. We die and live, and nothing destroys us except time. And they have no knowledge of that, and they are only assuming. They didn't even just say that. They swore, وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ لَا يَبْعَثُ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَمُوتُ. And they swear by Allah, their strongest oath, that Allah will not resurrect one who dies. But yes, it's a true promise binding upon him. بَلَى وَعْدًا عَلَيْهِ حَقًّا وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. But most of people don't know. They used to say, we're going to be dust. أَإِذَا مِتْنَا وَكُنَّا تُرَابًا وَعِظَامًا. We're going to be dust and bones. Are we indeed to be resurrected? أَإِنَّا لَمَبْعُوثُونَ إن هذا لقد وعدنا هذا ونحن وآباؤنا من قبل لقد وعدنا نحن وآباؤنا هذا من قبل إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين. It's not but legends. It's just rumors. It's not true. So that's the first kind of response. A lot of denial. Some people are the maybe. You know, it's like, oh, there could be. I'm just gonna do good. There could be. وإذا قيل إن وعد الله حق والساعة لا ريب فيها قلتم ما ندري ما الساعة إن نظن إلا ظنا وما نحن بمستيقنين. We assume only assumption and we are not yet convinced. The third group says, you know, there is no Sa'ah, there is no Yawm al-Qiyamah. But even if it happens, we will be unaffected. We will be unharmed Yawm al-Qiyamah. So, remember the story of the man, the owner of the farms. We talked about his story in Surah Al-Kahf. When he said, وَمَا أَظُنُّ السَّاعَةَ قَائِمَةً وَلَئِن رُدِدتُّ إِلَىٰ رَبِّي لَأَجِدَنَّ خَيْرًا مِنْهَا مُنْقَلَبًا. So he said, I do not think the hour will occur. And even if I should be brought back to the Lord, I will surely find better than this as a return. Why? Because of your good deeds or because of your status and money? That's a problem we should start asking ourselves. We always say, oh, we are Muslims. We're going to paradise, inshallah. It's guaranteed. Well, a lot of people said that before, right? Remember the people of the book? وَقَالَتِ الْيَهُودُ وَالنَّصَارَى نَحْنُ أَبْنَاءُ اللَّهِ وَأَحِبَّاؤُهُ قُلْ فَلِمَ يُعَذِّبُكُمْ بِذُنُوبِكُمْ. And both the Jews and Christians say, we are the children of Allah and His loved ones. Say, why then does He punish you for your sins? Nay, بَلْ أَنْتُمْ بَشَرٌ مِمَّنْ خَلَقٍ. Nay, you are but human beings of those He has created. He forgives whom He wills and He punishes whom He wills. يَغْفِرُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. No preferential treatment. Yes, you said La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. There is a day of judgment too. You have to be accountable. It's not enough to just have it in your background. Okay, there is a day of judgment. We have to act upon it. So Allah Azza wa Jal tell them, قُلْ إِن كَانَتْ لَكُمُ الدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ خَالِصَةً مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ. Say, O Muhammad, if the home of the hereafter with Allah is for you alone, Jewish and Christian, and now for us, Muslims, that's a message for us, and not the other people, then wish for death, and you should be truthful. But they will never wish for it, ever, because of what their hands have put forth. What have our hands put forth for the day of judgment? Are we ready? Are we ready on every action we take every day? There's no preferential treatment. We have to be very careful. Even Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, follow the right course, be devoted, and give glad tidings. Verily, none of you will enter paradise by his deeds alone. They said, not even you, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you are the beloved messenger. Allah Azza wa Jal loves you. He said, not even me, unless Allah grants me his mercy. Allah Azza wa Jal tells Sayyidina Muhammad and warns his beloved messenger, if he goes astray from the straight path, he tells them, إِذًا لَأَذَقْنَاكَ ضِعْفَ الْحَيَاةِ وَضِعْفَ الْمَمَاتِ ثُمَّ لَا تَجِدُ لَكَ عَلَيْنَا نَصِيرًا. Then if you had followed their desires, we would have made you taste double the punishment in life and double the punishment after death. And then you would not find for yourself against us a helper. That's a message to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a warning. There's no preferential treatment. Everybody is equal. SubhanAllah, even the shafa'ah, by the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. Rasulullah one day started calling his tribe, Ya ma'shara Quraysh. He called his family, Bani Abdi Manaf. He called his uncle, Ya Abbas. He called his aunt, Ya Safiya. He called his daughter, Ya Fatima, daughter of Muhammad. La ughni ankum min Allahi shay'a. I will be of no use to you before God. Do not claim that you are my tribe, my family, my daughter, my uncle, Everybody is equal in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. A day of judgment will be coming to all of us. Sayyidina Umar, when he was reminded about the akhirah, he used to shake. And he used to grab a tibna from like a little dirt, and he said, I wish I was this on the day of judgment. He's always thinking, am I going to go to paradise? Are my good deeds enough? He would cry. He would say, I wish my mother has not given birth to me. Ya layta umma Umar lam talid Umar. So this is a message for us to wake us up. Today we are just diagnosing the problem. Inshallah, next khutbah we're going to talk about the steps we have to take to be able to inshallah wake up and build that yaqeen in our iman. We should not be yawm al-qiyamah saying, قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون. They will say in Surah Yasin, Allah tells us, they will say, oh, woe to us. Who has raised us up from sleeping place? Right? Remember those denial? أقسموا, they have sworn they will not be brought back. They will. بلى وعدا عليه حقا. Who has raised us from our sleeping place? The reply will be, this is what the most merciful had promised. And the messengers told the truth. هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون. As I mentioned, next khutbah, inshallah, we will be discussing the Quranic ways of building that yaqeen. Yaqeen is the firm belief and creating the connection, inshallah, between us and the akhirah. And I'll give you a sneak peek. Listen to this ayah. قُلْ كُونُوا حِجَارَةً أَوْ حَدِيدًا أَوْ خَلْقًا مِمَّا يَكْبُرُ فِي صُدُورِكُمْ فَسَيَقُولُونَ مَنْ يُعِيدُنَا قُلِ الَّذِي فَطَرَكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ فَسَيُنْغِضُونَ إِلَيْكَ رُؤُوسَهُمْ وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى قُلْ عَسَى أَن يَكُونَ قَرِيبًا. So in Surah Al-Isra, Allah Azza wa Jal tells Sayyidina Muhammad, say, be stones or iron or any of the creation that you wish is great in your eyes. And they will say, who will restore us? Even if you were iron or hijara. Man yu'iduna. Say, he who brought you forth the first time. He who brought you forth for the first time, right? So if you have a robot, and this robot is completely messed up, and you have the guy who created it right in front of you, he can put it together easily, right? Say, and this is a very simple example from our day-to-day life. Say, he who brought you forth the first time, then they will nod their heads toward you and say, when is that? Say, perhaps it will be soon. So we don't know when it is. Whenever we die, our akhirah has come, right? We don't have to wait for the signs of alamat yawm al-qiyamah, the signs of the akhirah and the big signs and the small signs. Whenever we die, that's it for us. Subhanallah, today I'm able to speak, you're able to listen. I'm talking to myself and to you brothers. One day we won't be here. All of these people we talked about are not here anymore, including Abu Jahl, who would say, إِنَّ لِي عِنْدَهُ لِلْحُسْنَى. If I go back, I will find I'm strong here, I'll be strong in the akhirah. That's not going to happen.